Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Learn with Jason. Today on the show, we're bringing back Gant Laborde, everybody's favorite mad scientist. How you doing, Gant?
Doing fantastic. How are you doing, Jason? It's been a little bit too long since we've seen each other.
It's been a minute.
The world's sad.
Yeah, I know. I still think about. You remember the last time you were on? We did that mask thing. We put the Halloween mask on people. That was so much fun. I'm gonna find a link to that episode that we can share.
That was a really good one. We actually did a twofer, if I remember correctly. We did like Halloween, so we had Halloween, got like the masks kind of on, and then we did another follow-up episode where we were doing it like where they were turning their heads and we're still like putting it on people. I still think that would be like a pretty cool like Chrome plugin or maybe website feature.
I think so too. I think it would be a whole lot of fun. It's something that's been on my back burner of like, you know what would be a whole lot of fun is to have a button on your website that would just find your face and put something on it. Like it's fun, it's goofy, it's surprisingly approachable. I just dropped the link in the chat for anybody who wants to see it. But for those who haven't seen you before, do you want to give us a little bit of a background on yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Gant Laborde, been coding for 20 years. Really good at it for 3.
You were like really good at it. I was like, dang, just going for the no. But that was beautiful, beautifully done.
I love working with intelligent, smart, fun people. I'm a CIO of a company where we get to create cool stuff for people all the time. You know, we're building mostly React Native mobile apps constantly. Some pretty big names come through our door, and we get to show their teams how to do cool stuff and have fun. I tell people we work with puppies a lot. You know, we get to see all these cool projects.
Nice.
So it's a lot of fun. And one of my favorite things is honestly like teaching, educating, working with people. That's sort of like you have to have that for consulting, right? And then going to conferences, which is where you and I met.
Absolutely,
in Atlanta, and then quite a few other conferences after that.
Yeah, to the point that I just kind of expect to see you whenever I show up in a crowded space.
I'm not even speaking at them. I just show up in a speaker's lounge. I'm with Jason.
But yeah, so I see some familiar faces. I see Justin Husky. That's one of your coworkers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Justin is our, so if you've ever gone to any of our conferences, he's lead of design. So like everybody's like, oh, conference is so beautiful. The designs are so great. And this blog post has cool stuff. That's him and his team making sure that I don't look like trash.
Yeah, I'm still wearing some socks that Justin designed. Nice. Yeah, I see Darren in the chat. I see Chris in the chat. Both Chris's in the chat. Chris, you're calling me Boomy. Boomy, does that mean that that I'm like audio problems, or does that mean that I just put on my radio voice today? Here for the auto tune.
Oh no. That's a scary story I'll have to mention sometime. Yes, it's good to see Salt and Burnham and see all the fun people in there.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we got Ben dropping a bunch of boops on us. I see. Oh, Chris from Lemon. Oh, we got everybody in here. What's up, y'all? Luke O is here.
This is your virtual conference happening right here.
You know what? I'll tell you what. My favorite thing that ever happens on this show is when I completely lose control of it.
Well, we'll have to make sure that happens.
But so one of the things that I think you are particularly known for is you run fun machine learning. You have released a product on machine learning. It's a course, right? Or is it a book?
I have a course and a book.
Oh, well, look at you. Show off.
If you go to academy.infinite.red, you can have me show you how to do some cool stuff in machine learning and JavaScript and AI. And if you go to O'Reilly, I'll give you a link right here. My book's coming out, and it's been like a lifelong dream to sort of like have the whole O'Reilly thing. I'll put this in the chat over here.
You can drop it in the Twitch chat too, I think. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
And so my favorite thing about this is like, I always wanted to write a book for O'Reilly. And then when they came in, I said, no, I'm not writing the book for you. I can't do it right now. And then the pandemic hit. And I was like, oh, it's a good thing I didn't say I was going to write a book. No one can write a book during this. Well, then like a whole bunch of stuff happened. And then I kind of like turned into crazy writer mode. You know, like the one where like you see them, they have a typewriter, they're hunched over.
Oh, like you went manic around. Is what you mean.
Yes, I
like
did.
You wrote as a coping mechanism. I get that. I absolutely get that. I unfortunately made pizza as a coping mechanism, which means that I've been on a diet for a while.
Pizza as a coping mechanism is probably a lot more fun than what happened. I was creepy, crazy guy in the corner. I like, you know, just nothing, and then just type, and then like I was like, "Hey, O'Reilly, here's a book."
Your wife's like sliding food under the door, like, "Don't go in there," like protecting the child.
Is it Tuesday? We spray the descenting spray underneath the door. That's what happens.
All right,
so weird.
So, I mean, congrats on that, by the way. Like a book is no small feat, and an O'Reilly book is always. I mean, I'm looking at it now. It looks like you got a tortoise as your book cover, which is amazing.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm in New Orleans. Can I have an alligator? And they were like, you get a turtle. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. So you're doing a whole bunch of stuff in the machine learning space. When you've been on the show in the past, we've done stuff in the machine learning space. And today is no exception. So today we're going to make TikToks.
Yeah. What we're going to do is, so there's this kind of cool, here's a weird part of what kind of comes in with machine learning is data is all over the place and in all these mad kind of spots. And one of the cool things that happens is images as input meant that, you know, for instance, machine learning got faster when they were able to hook it up to the GPU. Cool. And then also one of the inputs there is like images and content like that. So one of the things that you do is like you usually have to like crop stuff or like find people's faces or do all these cool little things. So secretly attached to TensorFlow.js, which is the framework for this that's getting optimized and like checks in on your GPU and does all this other cool stuff, is like this ridiculous graphical GPU accelerated image and data collection thing. And so I was watching a TikTok because I'm young and
greetings fellow kids.
greetings fellow children. Let's go skateboarding. I would kill myself if I skateboarded. So I was watching it and there's this one really cool filter that they do, which people were having fun with. And then, of course, my brain goes, you could do that. Like, that's just some of the image manipulation and cropping and stuff that they use that all of the GPU, that's all inside of TensorFlow.js. So, like, here's an evil version of what happens here. You can use TensorFlow.js to do all kinds of cool graphical things besides just machine learning. So I can mix this with machine learning. I can mix this with graphic stuff. I can do all kinds of cool things. And so I said, you know what? Let's do that. And I was thinking about it. I know I think maybe like it would only take us about 7 steps ish, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
All right, chat. What's the over under on this? How close is Gant to correct? I will make up and
subtract steps to be right. You're messing with the wrong guy. This is still step 6 dot A dot I.
Looking like company bylaws out here.
Yeah.
Section 2.2A.
Right. Subsection tetrahedron.
All right, so I'm excited about this. So then to just repeat this back, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna thank you for the host, by the way, and for the boops, and I love it. I love the chaos. But so what we're gonna be doing today is we are going to take TensorFlow.js, which is, to my understanding, as you've said, a machine learning thing, which in my head is not associated with TikTok at all.
Exactly.
But what we're going to do then is we're going to take that machine learning library. I'm going to turn on my other webcam, and then we're going to do weird things using the webcam and machine learning.
Yeah, we're going to mess with your face.
Do it all in 7 and exactly 7 steps.
Yes.
Okay, I am very excited to see this. I want to see how it goes. Let's make this happen. So first and foremost, here is Gant's book.
Ooh.
You should go and get yourself a pre-order of that. Also, Infinite Red Academy, which this is some Justin Husky design, right? Like, I've always loved.
Yeah, you
this.
see that amazing stuff. Like him and honestly, him and his team are like he helps like really orchestrate all the stuff together. Jenna does a fantastic job. He like reaches out to people, but that whole design has been under the tutelage of like. If you'd seen the stuff that I threw at him before this, you would appreciate this.
Look, I drew some stick figures on my napkin. There's a little bit of grease. Don't worry about that. Focus on the figures.
You see this napkin right here? Make this internet.
Oh, good. Okay, so
I have. Let me send you. I grabbed just to make sure. Like here's a TikTok, and I could put it over here inside the chat as well.
Yeah,
like,
actually, let's watch one of these.
Yeah. So here's a person giving themselves a Jason Langsdorff head. What they're doing.
I don't know what this means.
See, look, there they are. Just
okay. So here's a person.
And then what happens is the line comes down.
Wait, I did a thing wrong.
There you go. They've got the Jason hairstyle.
Wow, that was like some excellently done shade.
I want you to touch that. They're swinging the back of my.
That's atrocious. That is absolutely atrocious.
That's perfect. Well, here, like, let me get you another, like, what's happening here. So, the idea is we're basically scanning down, and let me put it inside of this. Oh, some people said it's their first TikTok. You're in trouble now.
Get ready. TikTok is weird.
So here's like a person making a fake helmet.
I don't think
this
I'm
is
gonna
hilarious.
be fast enough for this.
It's just scanning, and then they move the stuff right there.
Okay.
So as the bar is going down, it's basically like freezing pixels.
So this is effectively this is like when, like in the old days of the internet, when you would download an image and you would get it one line of pixels at a time. We're building images that way using this filter.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Like that's and the stuff that people have done on here is hilarious. Let me send you one more. I'll give one more here because
Jimena asked, "What are we doing?" Addicted. Ben says, "Trolling Jason." That is correct.
That's the most correct answer so far.
Oh, good. I'm glad the submarine is on my face again. I am gonna have to fix that.
No, that's great.
We just built this on a stream last week, where now you can control a submarine, or if you turn it into you can. Right now we've only got 2. We've got the submarine, and then we've got the dumpster fire.
Oh, perfect.
And so yeah,
we will use that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I didn't anticipate is that the only thing the chat wants to do with this pet is put it on my face.
Block you out with it. I love it.
So it's
great.
Come on, y'all, you're killing me.
Dumpster fire eyes. I think that would be the most important thing.
I know. One of these days, chat. Okay, so
I sent one more TikTok, so you can just get the idea here of just the simplicity of it. And this person's like, doing it like artistically. So
okay, so let's look at this one here. Is this the
And
one?
it's just sort of like the finality of, and there's a million things you can do once you can do this.
Whoa.
So it's kind of crazy. So as it's coming down, grabs it and then like moves her mouth as it's scanning down, and then it makes this really crazy possessed photo.
That is nightmare fuel.
Like
But
artistic.
that's,
Now I'm a crewmate. I don't think I'm going to be fast enough for
what did I do?
this.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know.
Stop
you
helping.
replayed this.
I actually, so here's actually, before we get too far, let me do a quick shout out to the sponsors, because
Yes.
what I thought just happened was I thought that we had crossed the line, and Amy, who was with us captioning today, was like, nah, that's it, I'm out. So we have Amy with us today doing live captioning with white coat captioning, which is it means so much to me to make this show more accessible to more people. So I'm really, really happy. Thank you, Amy, for being here today. That is available on the homepage of learnwithjason.dev if you want to get the live captions. And that's made possible through our sponsors. We've got Netlify, we've got Fauna, we've got Auth0, and we've got Hasura, all kicking in to make this show more accessible to more people, which means a whole lot to me. And remember, all you got to do, head to that homepage and you can follow along with those.
Very nice.
So that gives us some context. Also, make sure you go and follow Gant, because Gant is a very funny person to follow. And I don't know if you didn't see this. This is sort of what we're trying to work on today, right? Is this idea of like being able to make these weird things kind of in flow. And so I think I'm ready now, right? Like
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So let's dig in. The trick here that we're going to do is first thing that honestly is the classic here is just getting a webcam set up on a page, right?
Okay.
So
let's do it.
if you want to, we could just creating any kind of classic website. And we can
so let me
dig
make
straight into there.
this, and then we'll get init,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to open this thing up.
Oh, you have the history of what the terribleness we'll do.
Oh yeah, well we can't just let this fade into the ether. This is on record now. We have to live with the consequences of our actions. It's like, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Let's
How many pizzas is this going to cost us? That's my
one of the things that I love is my partner Marissa. She can always tell how stressed I am by how much I want to order pizza. I'm like, I gotta order a pizza tonight. She's like, do you need to go on a walk? Are you okay? Okay, so I have
like a deep connection into the universe right there.
It really is. It's that thing that you really want is for your partner to just understand you at the deep levels. So this is a TikTok time warp filter with TensorFlow.js.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
So then I'm gonna put I'm gonna copy paste this down actually.
Perfect.
Okay. Then I'm going to, you know what? Let's just make this thing run.
Yes.
Like, okay. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm going to add. I'm going to rename this folder actually, because we don't need to build it. So it's going to be, we're going to move source to public.
Sweet.
Good. Okay. Then I'm going to git add public. Got that. Now I'm going to commit it.
Perfect.
Work in progress. We've got basic HTML. Haha. Now we're going to GitHub repo create, learn with JSON. And this one's going to be called TensorFlow TikTok Timewarp.
I love that you pronounce things like I do when I type.
Warp.
I'm like, kick.
And then we're going to git push origin main.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I'm going to netlify init. And we'll just deploy this thing. We'll just get this thing rolling.
I love it.
So this is going to go on my... Nobody look at my beta teams. Okay. TikTok. Netlify. Or wait,
Nothing
TikTok,
to see over here.
TensorFlow Timewarp. Is that what I called it? Yes. I got it backwards. I'm going to name it the same thing because otherwise there's like zero chance I'm going to be able to find this later. TensorFlow TikTok Timewarp. And we don't have a build command. Our deploy directory is public. Leave the rest of those defaults in there.
Yeah.
Heyo. All right. And so now if we go and take a look at this, it's already going to be live probably.
Yeah. Doesn't need to do too much.
Let me get the actual domain name here. Huh? There it is. Okay. So there's our site.
Yeah.
And now we can Netlify dev. And now we've got a local version of it that if we go and make some edits, so we can just say to do add webcam and then delete that nonsense that I made and refresh the page. And it is here. It's not here. Why isn't it here? Where did oh, damn it.
Source.
Look what I did. I forgot that I changed the location of that file. So I'm going to delete this one that I'm not using anymore. Save that again. Reload. There we go. All right. So I'm ready. I want to get this webcam.
All right.
And the site is ready to go.
Perfect.
We'll just push as we go.
Yeah. So for me, we're gonna skirt around any kind of front end for right now, but I do promise whatever we don't get to in this, I will come back and add all kinds of features and front end and funds. And
I will find you. I will style you.
I have a very special set of skills that includes terrible TikTok dances.
Oh, are we gonna get one of those today? Well, let's make Gant dance today. Gant, have you been back since we? Oh,
and that's just not something I'm willing to do.
Did you know that we made that?
No. That's just not something I'm willing to do. I love that. I'm immortalized.
Okay, so now I want to add my video. So to add a video, am I just straight up doing a video?
Yeah, I would just do a straight up video like that.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and give it like an ID. And then what we're gonna need to do here is because I think we're gonna overlay some stuff. Like, they have that cool bar that kind of comes down.
I got you. Yeah.
We're gonna do that stuff. So wrap this all in a div, and that way we can. My idea is video, a canvas that's going to be the one that's like the locked pixels on top of the video, and then on top of that, we'll do that little like slide down bar that kind of comes down and makes everybody see where it's locking pixels.
Okay.
And so that'll just be putting things on top of each other. So at the bottom of that, I think you can put the video. So because we'll put everything on top of the video. So
and then the bar will go on top of the canvas.
So yeah, I'm thinking like video first. So you'll have to flip this because the way it's gonna, the Z order is gonna be whatever. Yeah,
the Z order is what I tell it to be, Gant.
That's true.
Z index 999999.
It's just a repeating nines until you finally see what you want, right?
I find out what the overflow integer limit is for CSS.
You find the last 9 and then just keep it there. Good luck overflowing this.
Okay, so
webcam, perfect.
Okay.
On top of that, we're going to have the filter, which is cool.
So confusingly named. Okay, so yeah, video,
filter,
you can name it
bar.
Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Let's use an ID for that one, a class for this one. Maybe I'll use a data attribute. I don't know.
Yeah, and then so to kind of get these things on top, I don't know how you do it, but I usually like the div. I do position relative, and then you kind of like you can set like a height on it. So the container div there. Oh, good. You look at you.
Okay, so we'll take our overlay
real styles,
and we'll do a position relative.
You're so professional, not doing inline styles.
I got a reputation to uphold of severely overthinking all of my CSS.
Yes, indeed.
So let's add this wrapper on here, and then our wrapper. Oops, get away. Yeah. We can do a main, and we'll just make this one like a margin 5. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll give it an auto. We'll give it a display of
nice
grid.
Ooh.
Let's give it a display flex, actually. Okay. And then what we can do,
me back to what I know.
With this one, we can justify content center. And then we'll set like a gap of, I don't know, we'll give it 2 rem. Okay, how about that? So then in here, what we've got is position relative, which should give us a pretty good set. And then maybe for this, we can do like a max width of 90 with an actual width of like 500 pixels. And that way,
Perfect.
What we should see when we refresh this page is it's kind of doing the thing. All right, that's sort of close. Let's make this H1 a little bit smaller. We'll give it a font size of like 1.5. Nice. And I have a font family.
You know, I just go on the show to torture Justin with terrible styles, and you're undoing my torture here.
Sorry, can't help myself. Like I said, I've got a reputation of overthinking this stuff.
It already looks decent. Damn you.
Let's make this a little bit wider so that it doesn't like super wrap. What is going on? Why isn't that centering? No, come back.
No, stop. Come
Please
back.
don't. Okay. You are the right width. You are absolutely not the right width because guess why? Guess why, everybody?
Why? Oh.
Didn't set my flex direction properly. All right, so that actually makes life a little bit easier. We can take it back to 500. Everybody's happy again. Okay.
Hey.
Life is good. So then we can take our overlay and let's just give ourselves a border of like 2 pixels solid red so that we can see what's happening. That's where our thing is going to go.
Love it.
Then everything else that's inside of this is going to be, we're going to have the webcam be position absolute. It's going to go top, left, width, and height of 100%. And for now, let's give that a background of like blue so that we can make sure that did what I wanted. Okay, that's pretty close. We probably want to give this a, let's see. So we can make the height 0.
Okay.
And then we can put the padding bottom at 56.25%, which I think is 16 by 9. Close enough.
Oh, that's see.
That's
Well
just
done.
that's just the thing that I have memorized because I've done so many aspect ratio containers.
The 16 by 9 equation. That's forever in Jason's head next to pizza.
Exactly. And this one is going to be actually the same thing, so we can just reuse this.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to give this one a background of orange.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's on top.
Nice.
I'm
Perfect.
happy.
Same size and on top.
And then for the bar, we want the bar to be position absolute.
Same everything.
But this one we want at the top, and we want a width of 100%. And then we want a left of 0, but we want a height of like 10 pixels and maybe a background.
I would make it the entire thing, and what we'll do is we'll just because this is a canvas, we'll make the bar a canvas, and we'll just draw the bar along the canvas. So you could just make all these the same size as long as they're on top of each other. We can draw the bar rather than moving the bar along it. Now, one of the things that'll happen is every time we move the bar, we'll have to clear the bar canvas and then draw a new one at a different height and clear it and draw another one height. But
so this is not a div, this is a canvas.
Yeah, let's move that to a canvas as well. Although with a div sounds fun. Thinking about that, but let's.
Yeah, I mean, we're approaching 7 steps already here, Gant.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is step 1. Get the webcam on. My steps are big.
So this seems okay. I'm happy with this.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
I'm gonna just one. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to everybody.
Oh yes. I actually appreciate that you're fastidious with this stuff because I am not. And then I basically have this entire like set of tech debt. I have design debt. So.
Good.
It's a little dangerous.
Okay, so you got that. Okay, that looks more like what I wanted.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm gonna also do? You know what I want to do is I'm gonna maybe just line item center. Because then we got vertical centering?
When you do 2 semicolons, it makes it very center.
No, why didn't you work? You got to be height 100.
By the way, it sounds like my dogs are trying to chime in a little bit. They have some design opinions.
You are supposed to have no margin. Am I helping? There it is. Look at that. Vertically centered.
Nice.
No scroll. We are so ready. I did just
Nicely
break
done.
something though. Why don't you? So my overlay is supposed to be max width 90, width 500. Why did you lose your sizing? Got my overlay. Got my main. Are you supposed to be just width 100%? Is that the thing? There it is. Okay.
There you go.
All right, so now we actually have some styles. And
Yes, indeed.
that's all the time we have today, everybody. I'm just kidding.
Hey! Today brought to you by orange, pink, and red boxes.
Okay, so I'm happy, I think. We've got this thing mostly set up. I'm going to take the border. Well, I'll leave borders and everything on until we decide it's time. So
Yeah,
with that being
sounds good to me.
said,
So now we get into well, it's time to do the web. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. We need to go ahead and get that webcam set up. Right.
all right, so let's do this.
Yeah. So we need to create a function that's going to get run when the website's done. So we'll go ahead and call it get webcam. Sounds good to me. And the first thing that we're going to need to do when we're setting up the webcam is get access to, I think this is classic. There's a navigator.media devices and navigator.media devices that get user media. We can kind of check to make sure that we have access to that. And if as long as there's navigator.media devices.get user media and like that exists, they have a webcam. So we could probably like do like a little alert saying like, you don't have a webcam. If that's not exist. So perfect. We have that. And then the else condition, or this one can be, yo, get a webcam. What's up? What did you do last year? Sad. Just sad. Appreciate you have more of a message there. Perfect.
Okay, so no webcam.
Now you have webcam. So let's go into, they do have webcam, right? Time. Or you could be nicer and even give them more messages. Perfect. All right. So we assume now that if they've gotten here, then they have a webcam. So what we need to do is, can you make this an async function for me, by the way?
I can do anything.
And then what we'll do is you could go ahead and call this from a script from the body tag or something like that. Or you could just call it right underneath this.
Yeah, we'll just do it this way.
Perfect. Love it. And then, so there's all the hoopla on this kind of setup where you have to get the stream.
Does all of this work actually?
Me send you
okay.
some terrible code. See here. This is just classic.
Please send me your terrible code.
There you go. There's some terrible code inside there, and then it's terribly formatted, if that would help out.
So we're going to get the webcam stream, and that is going to be awaiting the navigator dot media device. Okay, I already did this part. Dot get user media.
Yeah.
And then...
And so this is where you tell the properties to the webcam.
Okay.
So we're not going to care about audio, and we're going to grab the video that's facing the user. This is awesome for mobile, way less.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, Stampede.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that like the 80s made fun of that this would happen and this is what the future would be in TV shows. But now here we are. So I'm really glad that we did it.
We did it. We ruined entertainment, everybody.
We did it.
Congratulations, 80s. We lived up to your worst projections.
So we need to get a reference to that video as well. So what you're looking at there, we're gonna need to get element by ID for that video.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so let's get the, and this is for the actual video element.
Yeah. So get, so it could be video ref or video. Yeah, you can do it.
Document dot query selector, and then we'll get the webcam.
You could do that. You could do get element by ID and just go ahead and do that. But this way is fine too. You're fancier.
This one feels because it's the same. Because like you get classes, you get IDs, you get whatever. So it's just how my brain works now. Is I've given up. Like, I don't need to know multiple things. I only want to know one thing.
Oh, but I like. Perfect.
Okay, so this then is checking.
I'm willing to do.
Correct. That is correct.
So yeah, so here we are. We're getting the webcam now. You can kind of like protect against the old stuff right here because they have some of them. So what I would say is like if you're looking here, you want to set the video's source object to the stream that we're getting here on line 85. So you could just go ahead and set that there. But what happens helpful. And this is just like the pain as like setting these things up needs to get easier. We need to start creating some components to do these things, in my opinion. But it's fine. And then if they don't have that, if this is the old style. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need to do the old style if you don't want to.
Let's let's just stick to, for the sake of making sure that we don't run out of time. Let's stick to like modern only. So this will work in basically everything but IE, right?
I think so. Yeah. We'll find out today, won't we?
Yeah. I think the thing that's interesting to note is I think a lot of times we talk about browser compatibility, but these days, like the only real browser incompatibility problem that we run into, Internet Explorer is kind of the only thing, but like Edge is on WebKit, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, they all support all the modern stuff. So usually, unless you're using something very new, you don't have to do the full fallback because most browsers in use are actually supporting almost everything.
Nice.
But yeah, okay. So we've got this. We're setting up our webcam. Now, does this mean if I refresh, I should get a request for my webcam? Maybe?
I think so, yeah.
It wants the webcam. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah.
Allow. This one.
Remember. Oh, you get a little question there. Love it.
Okay. So now, because everything is stacked,
blocked,
we won't see anything. So what I'm going to do is turn off the background and then turn off this background. And there's my face. Oh, but it's frozen because you know why? We didn't tell it to play, right?
Right. You want to set autoplay.
And then I think we need to make it muted so that the browser will let it autoplay. And then I'm just going to turn off these backgrounds because now we're working with video. So let's make that work.
Yep.
And it did not remember. Did you immediately forget what camera I wanted to use?
That's the latest and greatest there.
I think this is like a Firefox thing. I don't know why it doesn't remember this stuff, but it never ever does. So you're using also the wrong one, but it has a hello.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, killing me. All right. So then if I reload, it should use the right one. There it is.
The modern world. There you are.
All right. So now if I look at this camera, I'm like, that's my day to day, as opposed to this one, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
Thank you, Wayne. Perfect. Yeah. I love the movie references. We're old. I
prefer to think a finely aged vintage.
Finely aged vintage. Yes. Perfect. So, okay, we've got the webcam. And now what we can do now is essentially we can gather the contents of the webcam, right? And then we can just, let's get back to the line eventually, but let's just kind of go through it and then chop off each of the pixels. Now, here's one thing that can happen with this is that we could like continuously like chop out a set of pixels and chop out another set of pixels, chop out another set of pixels, and then like grow it. But what would be really cool is if like we chopped it, if we could stick that on a canvas, and then all we have to do is like paint the chopped out part as we kind of go down. So
I get you.
Can you create for me let's create a canvas, just it could be anywhere on the page. And what we'll do is we'll hide it with display none. And then this is where we're going to like paint the chopped out pixels as it's like going down. And then we'll be able to just draw that to the result that we have like overlaid. Okay. And so this will sort of like be our hidden work. Did you call it the chopper? That's hilarious.
Chopper painter.
Chopper painter.
Okay, so we've got a hidden chopper painter.
Yes.
And now I'm ready to do things with it. What?
Right.
And so this is the part that I think, like, I feel like we can get pretty close. How do I get you to stop showing me that? Please stop. Do I have to click a button? I don't know. I don't know what I just did. Everybody stop yelling at me. So this is the part where I think we can imagine things, but now we have to get the pieces to fall into place, because getting a webcam, I get. TensorFlow, I get.
Yeah.
Actually running things into the two, like between the two of them, now I don't even know where to start. So if I want to do this, what's my first step here? Okay.
So here's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and add a button. Just toss a button on there.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is when we press this button, we will tell TensorFlow to like take a picture of the webcam, like take a moment from the webcam, right? And then if you want to, actually, so we can even see things, that hidden canvas down there, we can like take it from the webcam and then immediately paint it down there. So this will be like a moment. Press the button, take a frame from the webcam, and then paint it directly to this like sort of like intermediate canvas for us.
Okay. So let's do that. I'm taking off the display none so that we'll be able to see it. And I have created a button. There's a button to press. We do not have.
So an on click for, you're gonna make it fancy, I know.
Well, I think this way we can. I mean, actually, we only have one button, so let's just style the dang button, huh? So down here we've got the button is going to be document query selector button, and then button add event listener.
Yep.
Click, and then we'll get. There's not really an event, so we don't need to listen for anything. And for now, we can just alert.
Yes, indeed.
Boop.
Yeah.
Okay. So then come out here.
Verify.
Boop. All right. Perfect. So that's doing at least some of it. And then from here, what's okay.
So here, let's bring in TensorFlow.js.
Okay.
Which sent you a little script tag to throw in there if you'd like, inside of Zoom.
Oh,
or you can do it's just a CDN you can do. We could bring it in.
Yeah, let's find that. Where would I find that on this homepage here? I'm gonna throw this link in the chat.
That's a good question.
So if I go to get started, maybe
I would type TensorFlow.js CDN, and then just grab the first one. It's under tutorials and then setup. Look at that.
Here.
There you go. And there's the CDN.
Got it. So then I'm gonna stick that above here.
Stick that in. Yep.
And we're going to make it blocking because we need it before this runs. Okay. Then I'm going to reload the page and make sure that nothing explodes.
pure explosions.
It does not explode. I'm actually going to stop looking at that one because I got to remember we did it in here. Okay. So we've got our TensorFlow is loaded, but not currently doing anything. So then in here, we're going to be able to do stuff with it.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So when we press the button there, so here's some of the magic there. Like, let's say we wanted to get a image moment from a picture, or let's say we wanted to get it from a video, or let's say we want to get it from a webcam. It's the same thing because machine learning depends so much on like data. They've normalized all this for us. Oh. So when we want to simply get that information from there, we can get a TensorFlow-ish like representation of that information with because you have access to TensorFlow in here. You could just say const, current frame or whatever you want to kind of call it, or my tensor or anything like that, and then it is equals tf.browser. So now you have access to TF, which came lowercase in TF? Just lowercase, lowercase TF dot browser dot from pixels, and this is like magic. And then this all gets like GPU accelerated. And then so now what we do is we need to have a reference to the video. Perfect.
Oh, so I need to make this outside of our.
Is it? Yeah.
Actually,
perfect.
Why don't we do this? Let's put this one here. Mm-hmm. So we'll kind of have we'll load our elements. We'll have our function definitions. Then we'll have logic down below. And that will make sense to my brain and help me find things later when I inevitably forget what we were doing at all.
I love that you organize as you go.
I have to, man. It's like my only defense.
Good. It's so good. Like that's my. That's like the first thing I do whenever I'm working with someone too, and it's good because like I'm thinking about where we're going, and you're pair programming and making sure it's organized. It's perfect.
Okay.
So this grabs like a current frame from what's going on there, and then
hold on. That's it.
That's it, dude. You just grabbed it, and it just like pulled it in. Now, if you had given that a video of something else, if you'd given that a JPEG, it would automatically like snap that.
Okay.
And it's all GPU accelerated too. So like, honestly, the first time this thing kind of runs, it'll probably go a little bit slower, but it's in a tensor form right here. So, but it'll go slower. But then once it's got hold of the memory and GPU, we can do it faster. So to put it back on there, there's a command that you can use.
Okay.
Which is tf dot browser dot 2 pixels. And then you just go ahead and you give that, the first thing is the current frame, and the second parameter is the canvas. Yep. And then that should, when you press the button, take like a snapshot moment of your webcam and then paint it for you inside the canvas. There you go.
Hold on. Let's. Wait, it only did the one. Oh. Okay, fine.
Did you press the button?
I thought. Well, did I miss the button, chat? Hold on. I may have just missed the button.
Let's see. All right, that should be there. There you go. That's it. Like, I don't know why we're not selling this.
Okay. Well, we'll screenshot that one for later. Poor decisions were made. Okay. So
perfect. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we wanted to kind of like take your stuff and then like immediately like put it there, that's fine. But what we can do now, because we have this like magic of TensorFlow, is that we can cut just like a thin ribbon of you and just like put that inside there and kind of like keep that as we go. So
I'm going to ask I'm going to ask for a check on phrasing. This is I would, please don't cut me to ribbons.
Too late. We have ways of making it dock, Jason.
Okay, I'm ready. So,
All right.
so what we've done is we have, so we've got our webcam loaded. It is using the webcam video. We've got a button. When you click the button, we have TensorFlow, which we've loaded from the CDN.
Yeah.
We get a still from the active webcam, and then we turn that into through magic. I assume this comes in as like a buffer or something, and then this turns into whatever the canvas needs to display it as that frame. So the next thing that we need to do then is we need to, well, let's see. So if I'm thinking through this from what you're talking about with this TikTok, is we're going to do this on kind of like on a loop where we'll break the image up either top to bottom or left to right in like if there's 100 pixels, we'll do 1 pixel at a time. So we would do 100 loops, and at each point we will say, take a screenshot, move like loop number pixels over, and grab that 1 pixel strip, and then stick it in. Okay.
So, so now we're just like, we're slicing pieces of this thing in memory. So between line 103 and 104, you can do what you want with this like moment of like this current frame that you've caught.
Okay.
And so if we want to slice this up, the command is tf slice. So
it's just
what
already
we
there.
can do is, let's create a new variable. Cause like it's immutable always, these kind of things. So we would have to create like a new one called like your wonderful slice here. Yeah. And so it'd be a tf slice. So the first parameter is what you want there. You want the current frame. Okay. And then the second parameter is an array, and the array is like where to start slicing. So we could start at 0, 0, 0, and what that would be like is at the basically at the top left, and
is that like a 0, 0, 0?
Yes.
Is it? Do we have z indices?
So yeah, it's indices. What happens is that first 0 is up down, the second 0 is left right, and that third 0 is RGB. So we could do like cool coloration.
So I could pull like, okay, I get it.
Just a red channel, just a green channel, things like that.
Actually really fun. We should definitely play with that. Okay, so then now that I've got that, is it the same array or is it like a second array of the ending point?
So you have a second array, like what we're going to. So that's the starting point, and then the next one is
still 0.
Be like, let's do 1 for 1 pixel high. One
pixel high.
Yeah, so it'll be 1. And I know you're weirded out because it's like, why are we doing height then width?
Yeah.
The answer is evil mathematicians, and I can elaborate on that if we had time. But.
Good.
So now we want to grab the full width of the thing. So we're going to grab like 1 pixel full line. So that would be, we can grab either. So
we just look this up. We get bounding client rect width.
Yeah. There's what I'm interested in is like. What it's getting here might be bigger than what we're showing on the screen, but that's okay. We can kind of like mess with that if that's it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, well, let's try it and find out, I guess.
Yeah, we could do it.
And so then I would put the slice in, right?
Yes, you put the slice in, and the last number there, instead of being 0, it would be 3, because you want to grab all 3 channels, R, G, and B.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So you're just basically saying right now, like, give me that. Let's see. It'll crash. Let's crash something.
Let's see. Did
Probably
it crash or
might
did it
be
just
the
do nothing?
width. What's happening?
Negative size values should be exactly -1, but got undefined for the slice size at index 1.
Yeah.
Which means that my width is undefined, which means I used this wrong because
Yeah,
it's
no
a
worries.
function.
Let's do an evil cheat real quick and just grab the
You see that I got it working? You see what I did?
What? Let me see. Oh, you did.
Look, I got a line. I'm gonna make this
Nice.
higher so that we can see if it's actually getting the right width.
Yeah. It's probably grabbing the actual like video with
It is grabbing the actual video
Yeah. Oh,
width,
yeah,
so
there you go.
it's
Perfect.
it's going over to like here, which is not.
No worries. We can fix that when we can fix that in a couple of different ways. I can think of it easy enough to fix.
Okay.
But yeah, you just grabbed your hat. So like what's perfect about this is like
my bucket.
if you just grab that, move down, grab, and move down and grab, you kind of just made like a very fat timeline filter.
Right,
It just
yeah.
grabs entire chunks at a time, which is perfect though.
Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's cool. So
Yes, indeed.
So what we need to do then is we've got this bit, which
Yeah.
is a this is going to end up being a function. So we'll call this get slice, and that's going to need arguments. But for now, we can let's do this. We will have this one be the element, and then we need what? We need like the.
Let's see.
Actually, maybe we should do it like this so that we can understand what we're putting in as element. We'll do height, width, and target.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we can get a slice, and that should, let's see, we'll get our source element, and then we'll have our target element, and height.
Nice. Yeah.
And our width, I don't know, we can make it 100 to start so that in case I break it, it doesn't fail. Good. So then what we can do is down here, we will call get slice.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll pass in the source element will be video. The target element will be choppa.
Mm-hmm.
The width will be 1 and the
height.
the height would be 1. Okay, so if that works, then we should be able to delete all of this and nothing should functionally change.
There you go. And
which
then like a
there it
little
is. Yeah, there's our
there's a
little
little
footer.
cut of the line. Perfectly.
And if I change our height to 100 again, that should... Yeah, okay. So
Awesome.
now what we
I
have to
love
do is, I guess, loop this.
Yeah, and then we need to move that number down. You know, like we'll increment that number as we go. And what we could do. So you're taking slice. Here's the next thing we need to do, is like we need to take that slice and then draw that to the result context. Because what we're doing now is you've got these different slices, but what we also want to do is like you have that overlay thing like that they're doing, and so we'll draw that. But if you want to, we can let's get the slices going. We should see it like the slice going down, and we'll see those slices like change.
Yeah.
And that should be fine. So all you have to do is, you see how we're starting at 0, 0, 0? We would have a counter between 0 to the height of the thing, and we would bump that number up each time, so that you would start at 1, 0, 0, then 2, 0, 0, then 3, 0, 0, things like that.
I is less than... we need to figure out what the actual height is. Is there, like, do we have an ability to just say like video element dot height or something? Like, does it tell us
we can
that?
get the canvas, so it would be like, I think it's from the context of the canvas, we can get the canvas's actual height before we get the client height. We could do that. Also, inside of TensorFlow, we can do it if we want to as well. If you want to, but I know you're grabbing it inside of this function.
Yeah, I guess I was just kind of. I mean, I guess we can hard code it for now. But I was thinking in terms of like figuring this out based on the
dynamic
webcam.
TensorFlow knows that size, and I think Canva, the webcam size. Pretty sure that there's a way to go ahead and find that out as well. It's probably like video dot height or something simple from the element. So
yeah, so let's do, I guess for now we can do I mean, we can just kind of eyeball it, right? So we'll do
do like 500 high, and we'll just see that.
Yeah, we'll start at 500 high, and then we'll do an I++. Actually, this is not right, is it? Because what this is going to do is it's going to run them all instantly. So instead, I need to do like a set timeout, don't I? Because I need to time it.
So one of the things you can do to do that is do a request animation frame before each call.
Okay.
So if we were going to do this recursively, so let's say if it's let's do like you have this function here, and then we could do like a do scan of it, and if you're calling it recursively until it gets to the end of it or something like that,
right?
We could in the recursion request an animation frame between. So that would probably be recursion would probably be better here.
Okay. So what we can do then is we can set our video height. We're going to set that at 500, and our video width we'll set at.
So later on we can kind of adjust it. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, we'll call it 700 or something. That won't be quite right, but it'll make it work. And we'll do a video width here, and then what we need to do is you want to call this one. You want this one to call itself recursively.
Yes. Yeah, just at the bottom of this, at the bottom of get slice. Yeah. Go ahead and just do get slice. And then inside there, you could say request animation frame.
And so the width is always going to be the same width, but the height would be height plus 1 for now, and we would need to figure out what that interval actually is, if we're doing 1 pixel or 10 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but then you want to
before you do this call here, do a
request animation frame, and the callback will be.
And then inside there, you just
which I guess I need to put in here.
You could do like a little anonymous. Yeah, perfect. There you go.
Okay.
And this will make sure that it's waiting between those.
So it'll do it once per frame, which means it should run about 60 frames a second, or is it 60 or 30?
I think it depends on the browser.
Okay, so then the other thing that I need to do is I need to add a check for when it's done, so that we don't end up with a
goes off the edge, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna say if height plus 1 is greater than video height, return.
Okay.
Or actually, I want this outside, don't I?
Yeah. I would say that as soon as so we're gonna need to like have a counter, right? And the counter when you press your button, we can start at like 0, and then we're gonna need, and so
well, this will be our counter because we're passing in the video height.
Is that in the height? Is the height from our code? Is that how much you're cutting? Because like we don't want.
So this is going to be our total video height. So then, so basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take that video height and then start at 0 pixels and add 1 until we get to 501. Yeah. And then we'll stop taking slices. So we'll basically run this 500 times.
But what you're seeing here, so one little that does work. Okay, good. Just checking. I was looking at how height was used. Wait, one thing I'll say is we need to remember. So, okay, I see what's happening here. you are, instead of cutting 1 pixel, then you're cutting 2, then you're cutting 3, then you're cutting 4, then you're cutting 5, then you're cutting 6, which is something we could do.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But what you'll want to do is you'll want to cut 1 pixel at 1, cut 1 pixel at 2. So that slice right there on line 109, you'll want to, that very first index 0 is what we're going to want to have increment, and then you'll want the height to always be 1 pixel for now, but we could like make different chop sizes.
I get eventually. Yeah, that makes sense. So the height is going to be, so I don't actually need that.
Right.
Good. Okay. All right, so now we're going to get 1 pixel.
Yep.
Right, and then we'll scan down, and then when we get the last one. Good. Okay, so now the challenge with this is that right now we're only sticking this into the target element.
Right. So we should just see 1 pixel get created, and then it'll overwrite it again. 1 pixel, 1 pixel. So essentially, we'll see the things that need to get frozen.
So let's run this with a little bit more size so that we can actually see things change.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm going to push this button, and what we should see is that it will like move down the size of the video. So
hopefully.
Is it failing? I might have done something wrong.
No.
Begin 1 would overflow input shape 1 640. The size 700 would overflow the input, which means that our video is 640.
Okay,
so
perfect.
If it's
That's one
6,
way.
then I think this one is also going to overflow, but that'll tell us what it is. So let's do that button.
I like this trick.
Do you see it happening though? Do you see what's happening?
Do you
chat?
see it moving? It's scanning down you. You see it?
Yep. Ooh, that GPU
totally
got
scanned
hit.
down you. All right, perfect.
480
and then
is
you
our height.
overflowed a little bit at the end.
Okay, we figured it out, everybody. It's 640 by 480.
What are those dimensions in your head? So when you click that,
but yeah,
we see
so
this
check it
little
out.
line.
You can see it moving down there.
Yeah, and if you move left and right, okay. So now, the last part of this is we're going to paint that to your result canvas. Now, I know it's a little bit bigger, so could you do me a favor? Because I think I just want to, just for the interest of time, we'll have that canvas that's overlaying on top of you. I think you might want to like move it up. Whatever. We'll just do it on top of you. It'll be fine.
You know what? I just realized we don't even need this. We don't need.
Probably not.
Yes, we do. It needs to be a start. So the start is going to be 0.
Perfect.
And then we'll just change
as the start increments.
Yep.
Okay.
So that way we
it's just
start
telling
it.
it where to start at. Yeah.
Yeah. So then
like
we call it
recursive call.
We call it like this, and everything is good. And that's yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I want that to be video width instead of width, so that things make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah, that makes me happy. This makes me happy. I am happy. Good.
Awesome. All right, let's make sure it runs real quick, and then I think that what we could do here is simply draw to that result canvas. Oh yeah, that looks like it's scanning down
it's
right there.
scanning.
Perfect. Okay, so now what we're gonna do on each iteration, we're gonna take that little bar that we've cut, and then we're just going to paint it into your result canvas, just that bar. And so we can do that with so the resulting like filter canvas, we'll get access to that. So you want to grab that element as well.
Sorry, Chad's just throwing shade. 7 steps, huh?
I don't know if you know this, but we're only on step
2.
This is the curse of honestly, this is why it's so important. I was talking to a developer this morning, as a little side note, and he was telling me that he was having trouble with motivation. And I was really thinking about it, and I was like, all developers can have a problem with motivation. All of the problems that we are solving are super hard, but it's like the people you meet, the conferences you go to, and the attitude that you kind of keep around you that's ridiculously important. So, like, as a fun tidbit, I love that you're not afraid to ever fail on this show. It's super cool because you like, yeah, everybody wants everybody to succeed on it, but it's good to see a little bit of the struggle as we're only on step 4 of 7. I mean, it's not like this is hard or anything.
Step 4. We're on step 4, everybody. Okay, so all right. So
I appreciate it. Okay. So now all we have to do is once we've drawn, so where are we drawing that little pixel, that the TF browser dot 2 pixels right there?
Is our target element. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now just await that for a second. Go ahead and put an await in the beginning of that. And then once that's been drawn, all we have to do is draw that to your result canvas. And that's as simple as, do we have a reference to your filter, your result canvas in our list of all those fun things?
Nope, but I'm now wondering if I need to put these up at the top so that we can get to them. I guess it won't matter because it'll be fine. So let's, we decided that one is called filter. So we'll call this one filter, and that's going to be document query selector filter. Okay, so now I have the filter down here. It's probably going to yell at me for using it without defining it, but I don't.
And then the first thing we need to do, because we're going to use like a little canvas thing, we're going to need to get the 2D context of filter. So we'll need filter CTX to come out of that.
Okay.
So what we'll do is,
Should I just make that happen then?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and.
Like I can do filter canvas, and then I can do filter. Is going to be filter canvas get 2D. Wait.
Yeah. Get. What is it?
Context.
Get context, and then you pass 2D as a parameter. Yep. That's it. So now you've got the
filter.
You've got that. Perfect. Okay. So now what we can do is we can draw that image, that little that bar that we have there to the result with filter dot draw image. Okay. And then we give it our little canvas that we cut out. What was the name of the thing? It's
called target element right now.
Okay.
Because that's what we're passing in, is we are drawing to
target element. Okay, perfect. And then we can start at left. So now it goes left and right. So left is 0. And
is it an array?
No, this is just a 0, and then comma, and then we need to give it the height of it. So this will be our start where we're at. Yeah. So this is the height.
Okay.
And remember, with canvases, it's width then height, and with tensors, it's height then width, just to drive everybody nuts.
Yeah. That's the way that I want this to go. So so I'm assuming it is going to be start left, start X, start Y, end X, end Y. Okay.
And then so now as each thing comes in, we're just going to draw that right on top of it.
That's it, right? That's what we're doing.
Right. I don't think you need to do. So you have the width.
Because that's end. Can I leave these out? Will it just work?
I think you could leave those out. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I want. Okay.
So you can go ahead and draw this. Now the difference in size between the two will come apparent, but that's okay. Oh, did we break it? Good. What did we break?
What did we break? Help. Await is only valid in async functions. Okay, I can fix that.
That's
This is a problem I can solve.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Look at it go. Look at... Oh, I can make myself wiggly. Watch.
Oh, you look at your wiggly head. Yeah.
Okay, so this is really fun. I can already see the chaos that will ensue here. But this is really exciting. So then we just need to size it up.
Yeah, so we can size it up in the tensor pretty easily, or we could size it up if there's a way we can do it in drawing. So
How
if you
about
want to do
you
it,
tell me what we should do, because we're
let's
a
do it.
little
Let's do
short
it.
on
Yeah,
time.
Perfect. And this will be hopefully we'll have it all set for the end here. All right. So once you've actually grabbed the snap from the camera, let's resize that snap from the camera right there, so that so when you get that TF for that current frame, right?
Yep.
Let's create a resized version of that, and then that way we're just painting with the resized version. So good. So it'll be resized, and that equals tf.image dot resize by linear. What? Yeah, perfect. And then so the first parameter is going to be the current frame. Then we want to go ahead and we'll set this to, so this is going to be an array here.
Okay.
So the first parameter is going to be the height. Second parameter is going to be the width. And we can grab that from your context that you have. So you could say, actually, or if you have it there, that would work as well.
We're already passing it in here, right? So we can just grab it.
Right. And then the third parameter, you just want to say true, because that's fun. Oh, outside the array.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. And there you go. Okay, perfect. That should resize it to that size. Do me a favor at the end of that. Do dot div 255. I can explain this. I explain this later on in other things. Yep. And then just put the 255 in parentheses. Okay. That means that now just do everything on the resized rather than on the original. So now take the because it doesn't edit it. It just creates a new one. tf.image.resize by linear is not a function. Let me see your function. That is totally a function.
Oh, resize by linear, like that?
Oh, no, that's the Python way.
Oh,
you want?
Oh, does it need to be? Okay, I think I heard one thing and wrote another thing. So bilinear.
Yes.
I thought it was like a perfume line, like resize bilinear. Okay, so let's try that.
Okay, well, hold on 1 second before you go.
I don't want
There's just one thing. I know you want to press the button. Don't press the button.
I did. It's too late. I pushed the button.
You're wiggly. Okay, so you see resized. So wherever we were using current frame, now use resized. There you go.
And I think that's it, right?
If that's the only place, then that should do it. Okay, let's see.
Nope. Well, so here's the part that I'm a little confused by, though.
Yep.
We just resized it to its own size, right? Do I need to resize it to?
Oh, no. You want to resize that to? Okay, so do this. The context is so do filter.canvas.client height there. Yeah, and so that's the client height that we're working with. And then over on the next one, do filter.canvas.client width. So this is whatever, because we're doing crazy stuff on our page. Do it.
640 would overflow shape 496.
Oh, yeah, so it's smaller now.
Oh, and so now we need like...
Yeah, just change that 640 to 4. No, that's perfect. Yeah, you could use those there. Down where we're hard-coded our heights and stuff.
Yeah, so video...
It did be height.
This is going to be the width.
Yes.
And this is going to be the height.
We're going to totally get there, dude.
This is... okay.
I've made you write disgusting code.
I have fears about this.
Unclean!
Okay, so we're getting closer, but we're still not quite. Yeah, would overflow. So yeah, things are.
Didn't we hard code those heights and widths somewhere? Can we go hard code them with the new numbers since we size things down? Because the 640 by 480 is your camera size. That's not exactly the size you have on your web page.
Okay, so let's just get what it thinks is true. 496.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 496. Now let's try it again and get the other one that fails. And
no, it's just like that's
281.
Why is it not showing it though?
Okay. So then Ta-da!
No.
Okay, so it's
So
doing
big.
that, but I wonder if it my current suspicion is that the video is being like squashed,
Yeah. Well,
and so
Yep.
we are pulling the video source, but then we're using the resized, like we're using the canvas and not the source video.
it should have been resized by that resize by linear. So
Well,
we might actually be sizing it back up at one of these things by using the wrong width or height. And that's what's going to do it there.
Maybe.
Um,
Let's set the filter canvas to be a like a set size, maybe.
yeah. Go ahead and set the.
So we'll call it 500.
We could just force everything to be 640 by 480 and it'll work.
You know what? That's
For
not a
now.
bad idea. Let's do 640 by 480.
And then set your Now everything.
We'll make that 640. And this will be, this will be 640 as well. And that will be 480.
Yeah.
Does that explode?
I undid all your fun code.
No,
here.
this
Sorry.
is totally fine. This might work better. So then down here, I hope this works better because otherwise we're in trouble. So this will be 480. This will be 640 again.
Yeah.
And then when we refresh, press the button, it's still way too big.
Just got bigger.
So I wonder if maybe we can just force it.
Yeah. I wonder why it's. We missed a spot. I'm not
Something
sure
is
where.
wrong. Like we're doing something incorrect here, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we have kind of coded in here.
Resize from the current frame. And what happens if we just use the current frame again? Now that we've resized everything, like, do we need to resize?
I don't need to resize.
No, that changes nothing. What is happening?
Somewhere we've drawn when we're
What if I
drawing
make it
to
half
it or
size?
drawing big.
240, 370. Is that math? 640, 320. I can't do math. That does nothing.
We probably have a JavaScript error now.
Current is not defined. Oh, because it's resized. That fails, and that fails because 640 would overflow input shape. Something is weird. I don't know what is weird. I'm wondering, do we need to resize the?
Well, if you're making everything the same thing, you don't need to resize. If you're kind of taking what the video content in is, there's no need to resize.
Okay, so let's current frame.
See, now we're on step 6.88888888.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why
Just
it's.
move your head back and forth while that's happening.
Wait,
It's right there.
wait. Which way do I need to go? It's over this way.
Just like click and then keep moving. Yeah. Ah!
Okay, so, but I mean, I think what we've shown here is that this works and we're bad at
Yes.
code is really what we've landed on.
we've got a mistake somewhere right there.
Something in here is so we need to go figure out what happened with the math, but the guts of what's going on here is not only functioning but working exactly as intended. The problem is that we're getting the sizes wrong, not that so like TensorFlow is doing the scan. You can see that it's doing the warp. If I was more clever, I could have come up with something cool to do instead of just melting my face. But this is like really, really powerful stuff. And you can see like the part that we spent the most time was trying to figure out math, not trying to figure out TensorFlow. And I think that's a really kind of empowering thing, you know?
Yeah, the trick here is like the webcam, right? Getting a webcam set up and getting that input and like drawing it there. But like the lines of TensorFlow that we wrote. So if you read that from left to right, top to bottom, it's no problem. It's just basically freezing these things as they kind of go over. And I wish I could see. I feel like it's right there where we're probably
I'll tell
drawing
you what,
something back at the wrong size and then drawing with that. Because if it's right there to draw it right over your face.
So we're almost there. I think what's going to happen is I can't imagine that you and I are going to be able to not fix this. So I pushed what we did, which means that this will be live on the internet here momentarily. Once that builds, which I think honestly it might be. Yeah, it's done. So now see, and it won't remember, and that's why I get angry.
Remember button that does not work.
But so this is Firefox, and I think it's going to do the same thing. So I think it's like right here.
Yeah. Start.
Bad. It's real bad. But so and actually this even looks like the sizing was a little bit different, right? So
that's perfect though.
But I kind of like that one. That one's fun.
Is that your new speaker photo there? I think it is. Let me talk at your conference.
But so with that being said, like I feel like we'll get that working. If you want to go check this out, it is live on the interwebs right now. You can go look at this. You can go look at the code. And you can go look at you can go try this, right? So it's
bonus if you just point out where we made the mistake. I guarantee we'll find it pretty fast though.
Yeah. So we'll go figure that out. In the meantime, make sure you go and follow Gant at Gant Laborde. And also one more shout out. Thank you again to Amy, who has been hanging out with us today doing live captioning. She's from White Coat Captioning, who's with us every week. That's available on the homepage, learnwithjason.dev. And that is made possible through our sponsors, Netlify, Fauna, Auth0, and Hasura, all of whom are kicking in to make this show more accessible to more people. Gant, if somebody wants to learn more about this, where should they go next?
Don't live code. Two places. One, definitely check out the book that's coming out. What we're doing here is we're basically abusing all the fun GPU access and stuff because the world of machine learning has got all kinds of cool things. We build some awesome stuff. I build a Harry Potter data set. We do drawings and in the book, and you identify what house you would be sorted into. And then there's even like a really cool section that the capstone of the project is that it teaches you how to like draw stuff with dice and all kinds of fun things. And that's actually using the machine learning and the AI to do a lot of the hard work for you versus what we're doing today, where we tried to do math ourselves and learned our lesson. So
what did you learn?
That book there is fantastic. And then the Made with TFJS hashtag on Twitter will always have all kinds of really cool stuff. So if you look for Made with TFJS, that is Google's like official TensorFlow.js hashtag, probably unlimited websites of silly and goofy stuff to go ahead and check out.
Yeah. And I think there's some like really, really cool stuff there.
Ooh, Show and Tell is coming up soon. So that's the Show and Tell that Jason leads. All kinds of really cool stuff and people building amazing things for showing it off.
Absolutely. All right, chat. So I think that's all we've got time for today. Make sure you go check the schedule. We've got some really fun stuff coming up. You can add the schedule to your Google Calendar. We've got David Korsheed's coming back. David Capiano himself. He's going to teach us how to do more with state machines. And if you've been watching the show recently, I've been doing a lot with state machines. I'm very bullish on them. I think they're really powerful. So definitely come back and check that one out. We've got more state machines on Kubernetes. Still don't know what that's all about. Then we're bringing back Prince, my favorite human. He's the anthropomorphic representation of sunshine. That's what Prince Wilson is. Cannot wait to have him back on. Cassidy and I are going to do some professional trolling. Jennifer Wadella, and then I've got a whole bunch of people that I haven't put on the website yet because I'm bad at getting things done, but I can't wait to tell you who they are. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Definitely make sure you get on that schedule.
Awesome.
That being said, I think we're out of time. Gant, as always, dude, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. This is a blast.
I love coming on here, man. This is so much fun to watch, so much fun to be a part of. I can't wait to come back and bring another 7 steps. Maybe next time we'll just do 4 steps.
Maybe 4 steps. I think, yeah, we'll actually finish something. How about that? Chat, stay tuned. We're going to go and give John Lindquist a raid. He's doing some really cool stuff with JavaScript that is not really what it's meant for, and I think that's going to be a blast. Gant, thank you again. Chat, stay tuned. We'll see you next time.